What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna try and not mess up a $1,200 set of headlights. We do still have a couple pieces to paint, like the hard top, the hood, and this piece that goes underneath the grill. And arguably one of the most important things and the more fun things to paint in this entire build, the headlights. We're gonna color match the headlights today, and we're gonna add a nice little touch that'll really clean this entire build. Look at these things. I can't wait to get them installed. We're so close, like so close. One of the biggest pieces to this Bronco puzzle is inside this little box. I also need to make another tail light for the pink truck because we're getting that thing ready for sale, or we're gonna give it away to one of you very, very soon. I lost the lens and it destroyed the tail light, so we're gonna make another one, and I cracked the lens on another set making it, so let's hope we don't crack this lens. Let's hope we don't crack this lens. But this was the other one in that pair, so we're gonna make another one, and hopefully we don't have to buy another set. But in this box, this is one of the key parts to this build, and you're never gonna believe it because it looks like one of the packing peanuts. Inside of this wrapping are gonna take these headlights to the next level. So what we got here is something really, really exciting. Check these out. Clear side markers. Now I'll put a link in the description to show you where I got these, but these are gonna really step this, this headlight assembly up to the next level. The one thing on the Broncos is those amber side markers, and no matter what you do, blue, red, cyber, orange, white, black, whatever color your Bronco is, it has those orange side markers. They stick out like a sore thumb because the grill literally wraps around them. So this really cleans up the look and is going to change the whole dynamic of this Bronco. Just like when I put the side markers on the Hellcat, it really gets that orange amber look off of the exotic color or even non-exotic color. It really brings it all together just a little bit more, and it's really going to clean up the look of this entire thing. Ashley already got our oven preheated to 225 degrees, and we're going to set these headlights and the tail light in there for a bake cycle or two so we can split these things open. Oven's preheated. We got our headlight here. I just wiped it down, trying to keep all the dust out of the headlight. This is the Signature Series headlight. I personally, I don't know. I don't know if this could withstand the oven or not, but I'm just gonna disconnect it from the headlight. I don't see taking it out of 200-degree temperatures being a bad thing. So there's 4, and I think a lot of this headlight is T15 and T20. But there's 4 of these screws here. Couldn't find any of the correct bits in my Milwaukee bit set, so we're dealing with screwdrivers. But that's okay. Close off. Let's see what this does now. Just kind of sits in there. Got 1 gasket. That seems like a failure point at some point. And 2 harnesses. So I guess not that bad of a thing to take off if you were gonna do this. I don't know if these are side specific, but we'll keep them like that. So the way this headlight's put together, unlike the tail light that we'll show you in a minute, but the way this headlight's put together is a series of these plastic tabs, a very actual flexible like rubber sealant, and then these screws hold the lens to the back of the housing. So while it's in the oven, I don't want any extra clamping force, so we'll take these screws out all the way around here. Okay, I just left the LED driver on there. It's got cooling fins, it's aluminum. I just don't want to cook the computer or module that works these things. But now 225, you're gonna put in there for 12 minutes, and then we'll start prying this lens off. So literally just put it in the oven. Rack's pretty low. This is a steep, very tall headlight assembly. Another thing you could do, cardboard, wet cardboard, and set it on there. you can do it either way. 12 minutes in the oven shouldn't really do much. Just keep an eye on it, obviously, but that heat will soften up all of that rubber around that lens and allow us to pry it off. But the problem is, as soon as, I mean, once it cools down so quick that it makes it hard. So you may need a second run in the oven, but let's cross our fingers and hope that this lens comes off in one. Alright guys, so the headlight has baked for about 12 minutes now. It's time to take it out of the oven. And once we get it out, I'm just going to dig. I've got a variety of tools, screwdrivers, plastic panel tools, actual metal panel tools. I've got a plug popper for splitting if we need. But let's get it split open. Okay guys, so we finally got that lens off a couple times in the oven. I've actually never seen a set of these open. I've seen a set of like the factory ones that just have the turn signal in them, but not the whole halo. But there's at the corners, they really hold on this, and especially where the screws are, it really holds on. But finally got that off. It kind of looks like it's going to be quite interesting to sand and paint, but anyway, the next step here, as you can see, the reflector was mounted into the headlight lens, so we'll deal with that in a minute. We put it face, you know, I guess face up over there, keep the dust out of it. But these are T15s, and we're going to take the halo lens off now. Definitely what gives you that halo and the turn signal running light effect. Wiggle this off. There's two tabs down here. So those 4 screws held the halo ring kind of cover on, and then there's one more screw right here. It looks like, yeah, just one more, and that should take out the rest of the inner bezel. Yo. Wiring harness down here. Wow, look at that little safety tab. That's cute. And then this unplugs. Huh. Interesting. Oh, that makes it so much easier. Oh my gosh. Yeah, with that out, we can sand all this. A million times easier. Wow. That is the LEDs that run this headlight. It just shows, it's fiber optic. Just shines 2 LEDs and wow, I have a lot of parts to make sure. I'm gonna have to get some gloves to put these back together. That's how they did it. I broke it. It'll be okay when I put it back together. It's just tight over here. Okay, so now we got the other half of the insert out, and we're gonna leave this board attached. This is your running light, and I assume those are the amber LEDs, and so we won't really have white running lights on this. You could probably get that unsoldered and then white LEDs put in there, but I have no clue how to do that, and I don't feel like breaking this. But there's 2 plastic welds here, or something of some sort holding this in. So if you did want to take this off, you'd probably have to drill these out, but I'm not wanting to experiment because I don't know, like, I don't think that's an orderable part. So we're just going to leave that there, tape that little section off. It's not even seen at all. Rest of it will get scuffed, painted purple to match the Bronco. We'll be able to paint in here, and all that. And should turn out really, really cool. Okay, so now we got one headlight completely disassembled. We got to do it again. Same process, and we're just going to run through it exactly the same. We'll probably be a little more aggressive this time, try to get it out, try and get the lens off in less bake cycles now that we know and kind of got the gist of how the lenses are secured, and we can remove all this without breaking it. So we're going to repeat this process, and then we'll get those side markers swapped out. Well, it happened again. Cracked it. I even told myself I should cut these open. Another way people do this, instead of prying, they'll cut and then reseal. But these, and how they're sealed, they're sealed with like you see this black rubber. Well, this stuff has this gray stuff in there, and it's like, I don't know. It takes a lot of heat to like become flexible, almost at the same temperature that these thinner taillight housings like to melt and the lenses like to wrinkle. So it's a very delicate process on the taillights, and unfortunately broke another one. So we're gonna figure that out and we'll just work on the headlights today. And now I just flipped this over for the first time because I was trying to keep the dust out of it. But what a waste, because these aren't screwed in or anything. These are like plastic riveted in. So we're gonna have to buzz them off, and then when we put this plate back in here, we will you know, epoxy it back in so it holds. So it's gonna be a little bit of a process putting these back together now, but that's okay. All for the clear side marker, right? Here we are. That's gonna look so much better. But what we're gonna do now, we're gonna take a little grinder, grind each one of these welds off, pop that plate off. We'll get the reflector out, and then unfortunately, I think this also, you're talking like this much. It shows through the grill, this whole raised part, but you see the black reflection around it, even though from factory it's kind of fogged. I need that purple, so we're gonna take the reflector out, paint that plate, and then we'll put the new reflector in after the fact. So let's get these plates taken out of both of the lenses and get these things painted. Wow, that worked perfectly. Alright, and then on the housings, anything that's glossy, red scuff pad, scuff it all down, and then we'll get it in the booth. Okay, so we got all the pieces set up in here, and in the headlights where the fiber optic rings go and the bar, We got it all filled in with J tape. I'll put a link to the description if you're interested in that. But perfect little foam soft edge tape in there. It'll keep all of that purple out of the silver area. Because if we get purple paint where there's silver paint, those running lights are gonna turn that color because it's gonna reflect the white light off of that back color, and it'll come through as a purple ring, and we don't want that. We want it to stay white. But everything else is ready, blown off, ready to go, so let's get these things painted. All right, so I ended up letting these things dry overnight. It felt like a little not so tacky, but definitely not set fully. But it's now time to not only install our new clear side markers, we need to weld them back into the headlight housing because we ground out the plastic welds when we took them apart. So literally clear epoxy, we'll be able to set these back in there, and then keep the lens, you know, face down, dab it. It should set really quick, and it'll cure in an hour fully while we're reassembling the rest of the lights. So it'll all time up just about right. I wish I had gloves for this, but I'm just going to be careful not to have any fingerprints on any of the visible edges, and we'll get this thing put back together. Make sure we blow the dust out of everything as we're doing it, and these things are going to look sick here so soon. Alright guys, well these are probably the coolest, just most insane headlights I've built. These things look incredible. The clear side marker was a must. These wouldn't, not the same effect unless that's done. This is from Clears, I believe how you pronounce it. I'll put the link to that in the description. And I'll also put a link to the Morimoto retro rubber we used to reseal the headlights in the description below as well. That stuff's great. Throw it in the oven, heat it up, stretch it out, put it in the channel, put the lens on, put it in the oven, heat that thing up and press it together. And in this case, screw it back together. Honestly guys, people charge like 5, 6, 7, you know, thousands of dollars even to do something like this, and with a little determination you can do it too, seriously. And the results and how this is going to look inside of that grill, especially peeking out the side here, it's just a custom touch. One, doesn't come factory, you can't get it, so you got to do it. And once you do it once, you could probably do this, you know, as many times as you wanted. It's just something that really, really wakes up the front end. And if these were still that black plastic when we were done, it would not look the same as it's going to. I'm just blown away. I keep staring at them. They look so good. And although, you know, the grill only lets some of it peek out, it's definitely gonna make a statement, and I can't wait to get them back in. But that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, shoot a thumbs up. If you haven't been here before, please get down there, click subscribe, drop me a comment if you haven't already. Take care, and I will see you guys in the next one. With these done, we are inching closer and closer and closer to having the Bronco done. I just gotta polish out the driver's side, and then these can go in. So I'm just blown away. We're so close, guys. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next one.